Okay, and welcome to a brand new Townsend Sixth Form podcast, which we're going to be talking Josh and Theo in Year 12. Sixth Form. What they're going to be talking to you about is they're going to be surviving, talking about all your surviving and thriving in Sixth Form. We're going to be sharing some real stories, practical tips, and questions maybe from a few of you. If you wish to hand in some questions after this, you'd like to quickly introduce yourself, boys.
Hello, I'm Josh. I do physics, maths, and DT. Yeah.
Okay. My name's Theo, and I do drama, psychology, and media. Probably everyone's favorite current sixth former. Um, main footballer for the whole school as well. Like, bro, just look out for me. You probably know, but yeah.
Probably know who you are. Okay, great. And the idea is to maybe give an insight into what sixth form life is like. We'll talk to you about maybe some academic hacks, how to manage stress, and what's really going on in our Townsend sixth form community. So we're going to kick off just with a few questions to Josh and Theo. And the first thing that I'm going to ask them is, what's one thing that surprised you most about sixth form?
I think it's the level of dedication that teachers will give you because they truly want you to succeed. And so it's not even as if the teachers will say to you, "Oh, do well on this test because we want you to do well, so the school looks better." It's that they actually want you to succeed as people. And so that was a big shock to me that at sixth form it's not just about building exam machines, it's like building actual good people to go into the world. Yeah.
Theo, just to give a reassuring nod there, Theo. So, what's one thing that surprised you about sixth form life?
With me, I'll probably say about how unified our year group has been, especially like with the work that we're getting given. Like, it kind of feels like, I'm not saying that everyone's best friends, but it's like we're all working towards a common goal, and that just brings us all together in the learning. It really just, I'm not trying to sound cheesy here, but genuinely, like, it feels like we're a community now. Like, not just year 12s, it's year 13s too. We feel pretty just joined together, and yeah, everyone's really friendly with each other.
And how have you found the transition from year 11 into year 12 and into sixth form?
With the fact that we had GCSE season before we came into year 12, it's actually been a lot easier than I thought it'd be, because it's kind of like just keeping up the same revision every day and then balancing it with football stuff. But that's probably not going to be the same for everyone, because like, just coming in after that long summer and starting to revise, I can't even lie. In that first week, I kind of just laid back. But no. But now we're locked in. We're back in 2 hours per day. Got a bit of football training, all that, just all that. Right, Josh?
And Josh?
Yeah, no, I think transition was great, to be honest, because not only did a lot of new people come in to make new friends, but it was also about, keeping up those, like Theo said, the standards of revising and stuff. And so, yeah, it was quite fun also to meet new teachers, start new subjects. Yeah.
And how do you like your subjects? Do you enjoy them? What's good about them?
Me personally, I love my subjects. There's They're quite interesting because you're not only learning, how things work, but those subjects kind of all link together to give you a better idea of how each like of the other subjects work as well. And so, yeah, there's a lot of fun. Yeah, that's it.
Theo, what do you like about your subjects?
Oh my gosh. Sorry. So this might sound a bit weird, but my favorite part about all three of my subjects is the fact that I literally haven't done any of them before, because it just feels so like fresh and new when I'm learning all this stuff that I'm learning, and it just feels so like enlightening. I just I just really like to learn just new stuff and stuff like that can further me in my life and my career, especially with stuff like psychology and just knowing how just human behavior and the memory and all that, as well as drama, which it just makes me feel a lot more confident when I'm doing all that acting and over the topness. Just even media, I'm gonna defend media, because it just shows me just how the media world in the world works. Like, not just social media, TV, newspapers, all that. Like, it's just been lovely doing my 3 subjects.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so on to your subjects and maybe study tips and things. Obviously, you've got Year 11's about to do their trial exams, which is a very obviously stressful time for them. You've sat there, you've done it, you've been through trial exams before in Year 11. You're about to sit some exams coming up in Year 12, and I know you sit regular exams in your subjects as well. So, what types of things, or what advice, what study tips, what could you offer Year 11s or fellow Year 12s, 13s who may be going through the same sort of thing as you guys now?
I think the biggest way to avoid stress to do with like exams is try and fit as much physical activity like into your outside life as you can. Because the thing about physical activity is it's a big step away from academic stuff, and so it's not only good for your body, it's good for your mind. Uh, you know, I'm sure there's lots of well-being apps on your phone that you can always use. I've tried a few of them; they work all right. And I think when I was in my GCSEs, the best thing for me was after an exam, kind of sitting down, winding down, understanding what I did in that exam, not stressing it because I know that what's done is done. So, keeping that mentality of just keep pushing through because, at the end of it, there's always going to be something good at the end of when you do your exams, basically.
All right, so with current Year 11s in particular, with their trial exams coming up, I would definitely like to say this is the first of 3 building points: November mocks, and then February and GCSE. So with November, obviously, like with me, it wasn't really where I wanted to be, but that's just because I didn't do it right. I wasn't doing my 8 hours of sleep. I wasn't even like that devoted to revision because I was like YOLO, like I didn't really care. But eventually, when you get that brown envelope back, the stress might start to set in, but you just got to realize that with hard work, it's a process. It's not an overnight thing. Like, you got to get on the books, but you also need to maintain a stable life. And it might be hard. It might be hard because you might have to cut ties with people. You might not be able to talk as much as you used to back in Year 10 with Year 10 monks that like just don't really matter. But just it's all about balance and consistency. If you build like a schedule, but you do it every day, so it just becomes part of you, and you don't really forget, oh, I need to go study now. Oh, no. It just kind of becomes like part of your nature that, oh, okay, I'm just going to go hit the books now. After, yeah, I can just go.
So you almost build a habit.
Yeah.
Into that. How did you build habits when you were studying for GCSEs?
When I was studying for GCSEs before I planned it all out, how much sleep I'm going to get, when I'm going to go to sleep, when I'm going to wake up, what I'm going to have for breakfast, all that stuff. Like, I put my day into an actual timetable. It felt a bit robotic at first, but then I didn't even need the timetable. Like, it just became part of me. Yeah.
And just how do you combat that? That Year 11 stress and balance your life?
Yeah, no, I think I'd like to add on to what Theo's saying. Building those habits is a good thing. I think a really good habit to build is diet. I think me and Theo during GCSEs, we actually built a shared diet kind of thing, didn't we? We used to text each other quite a bit while we're eating. Making sure we're getting a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables in because they're good for our brains. So it's going to help us like keep calm. Picking up some hobbies as well, small hobbies which you can do, after an exam just to, deal with that stress sometimes. Or, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's all I'd say.
That's good. Yeah. So obviously, time and again, you might experience some procrastination, putting off work. Not doing something that maybe you feel you should be doing. What advice or what tips would you give to somebody who needs to combat procrastination?
Okay, so procrastination. This is a serious one. So even though I'm already in sixth form, this stuff like it still affects me to this day. Like sometimes I just doom scroll and don't like do any revision some days. But it genuinely just just for me, in particular, just for me, I have a shortcut on my phone that activates at a specific time that just gets rid of all the distractions. Like I can't watch TikTok, I can't do this, and it's for a specific amount of time. So the amount of time that I want to get work done, I can't do anything on my phone, so I won't even get notifications. So it's not even like I have a phone anymore. I can use Safari and stuff to like research, but I can't really like go on TikTok and just scroll or like talk to my friends because I have that shortcut. You literally just need to completely cut that stimulus out, like your phones and your games and stuff, so you don't get distracted in your work time. And yeah, that's just for me. Like, and also don't beat yourself up if you get procrastinated. It happens to us. It's a human thing. If you beat yourself up more, you'll probably be more likely to not even go back to the work. And yeah, that's just me.
Yeah, no, like for procrastination, it happens to everyone. Because at the end of the day, it's human nature to procrastinate. But if you, when you do something like revising or you do a practice paper or anything like that, and you think of it as a small win, and each day you count up those wins, it's like you getting better every day. And so when you get better every day, you start to feel better about yourself. It's kind of about phasing the bad stuff out of your life that can distract you, but not doing it all at once, because obviously that's how you fall back into the stuff. You gotta phase that stuff out slowly, but efficiently, to make sure you're doing everything right. Yeah.
Good stuff. And if you were going to sort of wrap up soon, there's a couple more questions that I'm willing to ask and would like to ask you guys. So, one key takeaway that you could offer, one piece of advice that you could offer to maybe your peers in sixth form or year 11, particularly in this sort of time of their academic career. What one key takeaway would you say to them to really sort of think about?
I think I read this in a book somewhere, but it said you'll learn more about water in the desert than in the ocean. The only way for you to, well, not the only way, but one of the main ways for you to truly progress in life for everything is to go through peril, to go through hard times, because those will teach you more than like anything other textbook or anything like that. You'll learn that stuff fairly well. But yeah, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Particularly going for me in year 12, people in year 11, people in year 13, time is everything. Because I'm guilty of this. My first few days, Mr. Tomlin knows. He even put up a special sign for me. Going outside and playing football in my free periods, that's terrible. Like, I should genuinely be on the work, because time. There's stuff in life that you can always get back, but time is never one of them. And you just need to make the most of the time that you have now to get your results later.
Okay, good. And one of my favourite podcasts to listen to is the High Performance podcast, where they interview loads of high performing people within their fields, a lot of athletes, a lot of coaches, a lot of actors, and people like that. And they always end with this question. So I'm going to end with this question for you. If you give yourself 3 non-negotiables, three things that you will never deviate from, part of your values, part of your ethos, what would they be? Just 3 non-negotiables you withhold from yourself.
What, like to be successful?
Yeah.
Time management, definitely. Consistency and mindset. Yeah. So having a good mindset, having good time management, and good consistency.
Okay, good. And Josh?
Yeah, no, I'd say being kind, being respectful to everyone around you. I'd say hard work, because hard work will always be talent in everything. And probably building good habits. Yeah, keeping good habits up. Yeah.
Good stuff. So thank you very much. Thanks to Joshua and Theo for giving up
Yeah,
their
you're
time and sort of being the first guests on our sixth form podcast here. Next time, we'll hopefully dive into a little bit more of maybe a younger school and how a younger school can aspire to be a sixth former at Townsend, but also look at some older students as well and give them some more advice and guidance when making sort of maybe post 16 or post 18 choices. Thank you for listening again. If you do have any questions, or if you'd like to have a question answered on this podcast, please feel free to message me, Mr. Tomini, directly, or speak to someone in sixth form to pass that on. Otherwise, have a good afternoon. We'll see you later. Bye bye.